hope you're ready for this.
Gonna be fun.
You will not stand in my way.
Frostborn, hunger displeases me.
I do not fear you, mortal.
Your soul shall be mine.
Don't make me laugh.
Needs a brew? Oh, I do. Feel a shredding, baby. Let the battle begin.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 91st we're almost at 100. 91st episode of the Nexus Trolls podcast, a podcast all about Heroes of the Storm, part of the Trolls.gg Entertainment Network. I'm your host, GOONHOTS, and as always, I'm joined by Soken.
Hello.
And Aurumis.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
What's going on, guys? How you guys doing?
There was a huge accident outside my work, and I was like stuck in traffic for the longest time. It was terrible. Like the area that I work in, if anything goes wrong, anything at all, the congestion that is created from that area is just like absurd. It's almost like LA.
You're in San Diego, that's right. Okay, I was like, wait, aren't you in LA? No. Right on. Yeah, that's part of the reason why we're a little late today. But hey, better late than never, right?
Yeah.
How about you, Aurumis? How you been, dude? It's been
Doing
a couple
alright.
weeks.
Yeah, it's been a while. Just moved into the new room. So new room, new painting on the wall. We got a big lion behind me. It's pretty nice. I haven't installed my loft yet, so I don't quite have a place to sleep, but we're working on it. It's an after podcast job at around midnight.
Nice. Right on. Cool, yeah. I'm chilling. Same old working. Scrims with no tomorrow. Practice and stuff like that.
Woo.
It's been fun. It's a lot of fun. You know, I get to watch pro level games every day. I'm watching HGC matches every day. And
I know, that's so cool.
it's a lot of fun. You know, you guys are itching for the weekend and stuff like that. I'm like, I get to live it every day, baby. Get to see all kinds of stuff. But
That HGC life, man.
I know. Making that dirty esports money, Kappa. There's no such thing as Heroes of the Storm esports money.
Kappa HD.
Unlucky.
One day.
Oh, there goes. That's Aurumis' mic. Is it fixed?
We're okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Alright.
Yep.
Keeps pulling it out. Kappa. Never mind.
It's broken, so if the fan like breathes on it too hard and it wiggles, it's like, nope, we're shutting off now. That's it.
Right on. Cool. Anyways, we got a good show for you guys today. Got some things to talk about. And and we'll just cruise like we usually do. But before we get started, I do want to again talk about the muster that we are having, the Trolls.gg muster. Tomorrow we're tomorrow night. I'd say probably starting like around 6 p.m. Pacific, around 7 p.m. Pacific. We'll be playing some Heroes of the Storm. Get as many people in. I want to try to get as many custom games, just some 10-man games, custom games, some ARAMs, we'll draft out Haunted Mines, and we'll draft. Hey, don't give me that. Don't give me that. all kind of, we'll do that. We'll play some Heroes of the Storm. We'll do whatever. And if whatever other games anybody else wants to play, we'll try to play those too. If you guys want to break off and do your own games, that's cool too. We just want to get everybody together, have some fun together, and just kind of get to know the community a little bit. And tomorrow's my birthday, so as a birthday gift from everybody, I hope that you are there so we can play some games.
Hey.
But yeah, so don't forget about that tomorrow evening, around 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Pacific. Keep an eye on the Twitter, on the Trolls.gg Twitter. I'll be posting stuff as well on the Discord. And yeah, we hope to see as many of you there as possible. But anyways, let's move into the news.
Someday, this will make a great story.
All right, Soken. So what's going on? What's happening out there news-wise in the Heroes of the Storm world?
Well, there's a lot of stuff going on this week. Gamescom has been happening for, I don't know if it's this whole week or not. I don't know the exact dates, but they definitely have been doing it this week. They've released some news there, and then also we have some news that we were planning on announcing. I think it was like a couple weeks ago, and then QuackNex pushed it out. But the first thing is Roll20 rejoins the HGC. I know this isn't really. I know this is kind of like a trolling HGC kind of news, but I figured we'd throw it in here because it's just so recent.
Yeah.
Roll20 actually picked up the Zealots, so they went from NA to EU.
Yeah, that's actually pretty big. There is a blog post. It's in our show notes. You can check it out. And there's also an announcement video that I think was pretty clever. It was a cute little video. I'll say that. But I'm excited. Roll20 was a pretty nice org to have in Heroes of the Storm. So Roll20, give you guys some history for those that don't know, used to sponsor a North American team by the name at the time Team 12, which then became Roll20, and that Team 12 is kind of, or the old Roll20 roster was pretty much the Octalysis that we have of today. Minus, a couple changes here and there. But yeah, they left after BlizzCon last year. I'm not sure the details. I think it was because that roster and the org couldn't come to a specific, I guess, an agreement that, to an agree. I don't want to say an agreement, but the negotiations for the contracts and stuff, I guess, didn't benefit both or something. I don't know. They just said,
it's not fully clear. It's not fully clear what happened, but it seems like they just couldn't come to some terms on something.
Yeah.
And I don't know that Roll20, the org, actually owned that team. I don't know that whoever had it as Team 12 gave it up. I don't know that they gave it up to Roll20, because sometimes what they'll do is they'll just kind of use that team as a sponsor. Like there's orgs that own the team, and then there's orgs that sponsor the team. Mm-hmm. And I think they just sponsored the team, so they wanted to own, I think, and I wasn't sure if they actually were able to do it, and maybe that's why they left. Don't really know fully.
Yeah, but anyways, after some time hiding, sleeping, lurking around, Roll20 picked up a European team in Zealots. So with QuackNix and Chris, two pretty high-profile Heroes of the Storm players,
Yeah, for sure.
But I think that's awesome. More sponsors in the scene, more potential money in the scene, as far as the esports aspect is concerned, and more growth. So, and I think for those that don't know, Roll20 is a online like tabletop website, right?
It allows you to kind of play D&D online using their tools.
Right on. Cool.
So,
congrats to that team for picking up the sponsor. We're excited. I know you guys are excited, and hope to see some growth out of that team. And I'm sure it's a morale booster. But
yeah, and then I think that's the main thing there. But yeah. And then the announcement video itself is linked in the show notes in case you guys want to check it out. It's also on Reddit somewhere as well. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then the next thing, obviously, what I said, Gamescom is happening, and with that, there's one main thing that they actually announced, which was the new hero Mephisto from Diablo.
Diablo 2, to be exact.
Yes, Diablo 2 specifically, but yeah, actually announced was Mephisto, and then they found out some of these streamers that they brought in to stream these this Mephisto patch, so to speak, this pre-patch. Mm-hmm. They found out there was a Tyrande rework that was not stated in the announcements. So,
and and that's not like uncommon, right? From
Yeah,
Blizzard.
no.
There's always something that's hidden in there somewhere. For the longest time, I remember for the longest time, people were looking for that secret Rainer rework in there or something like that. You remember that, dude? Yeah, everybody was like, "Did Rainer get reworked?" It's just like, no, it's still the same. Oh, he gets some armor now, but no, it's still the same. But then we finally got the Rainer rework. But yeah, Toronto got a rework. But let's backtrack here a little bit to the Mephisto announcement. We're not going to go too in depth on everything that was talked about at Gamescom and what people have revealed about Mephisto. We're not going to go over builds and things like that until we get hands-on. We want to get some hands-on experience with him when he comes out in the PTR, which I think should be next week. If I'm not mistaken. But there was also a new announcer, according to chat from Most Dak. There was also a new announcer, the announcer from Overwatch. That's actually pretty PogChamp.
Wait, what? So like the robot sounding girl? That's
yeah.
Like what was it? What did she say? I don't even know anymore. Really.
She just does the countdown and like team kill.
There you go. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. That's pretty poggers. Athena. Athena. It's the lore behind it is she's, I guess, the AI that that controls the space station or something that Winston lives on or something. Anyways, but go to Mephisto. Yeah. Just real quick.
Give me 1 second here. So I'm adding to the notes. Here. I forgot to link the Heroes Hearth has the Mephisto builds or Mephisto talents. If you guys want to pretend, make up some builds that you think would be good before the PTR gets released, I linked that in the show notes for you. And we could just go over kind of like the ones that we find, I guess, interesting, right?
Yeah. So I mean, he's a ranged assassin. I don't know. People were thinking he was going to be a tank or a bruiser or something like that, but I was like, maybe I want him to have some like control or something. Maybe he like silences people or something like that or whatever. But hey, ranged assassin. He can like blink around. He has like a little like shadow blink thing, kind of like Zeratul wormhole talent at level 7, where you blink forward and then you can blink back. However, with Mephisto, you're forced to blink back. He's got his Q. He shoots out a skull that damages and slows enemies. His W is like an AOE thing around him that deals damage.
Yeah, lightning Nova AOE, but it's not like the Lightning Nova in Diablo 2. So I'm a big Diablo 2 player. I'll just throw that out there right now. Mm-hmm. I've probably put more hours into Diablo 2. I almost want to say that then combined into all my gaming history. Like, I'm not even kidding. I spent years on Diablo 2 from when it was released up until deep into the expansion pack. I forget what the name is now.
Lords of Destruction.
Yeah, there we go. Lords of Destruction with Bale. So I put in so many hours in there. It's actually nuts. I don't even want to think about it. If you think about Mephisto, in terms of the boss in Diablo 2, it makes complete sense what his kit is, right? In Heroes, and that he's a ranged assassin fits perfectly in my eyes. He was blinking around in the boss fight in Diablo 2, so having the shade is a cool thing. I never saw him as a bruiser personally, mostly because of the skull. Like, they call it skull missile. I'm not sure if it was a skull or not. It looked like an orb to me, just like an orb in Diablo 2. But still, I mean, it makes sense to me. Like, his whole kit makes sense, and with the exception of the idea that I never saw him as he's not melee, but he's like a get in your face type of hero. Like, he wants to poke a little bit here and there and whatever, and that's not going to do a lot of damage. But then he jumps in and does everything, like his lightning Nova and his you can even do the skull from there, as well as possibly your ultimate, depending on which one you choose. So yeah, he's very much like a tankier ranged assassin because he has to kind of get more up close. Like, if you guys watch the Carbot video that was released, you'll see it's kind of like his play style is honestly like a trickster. Like, they perfectly, like, Carbot is so good at seriously like putting these heroes into the frame of what they actually do in game in a funny way.
What do you think, Aurumis, based off of this hero spotlight that we saw?
I mean, just off the hero spotlight, I like his kit. I think it's really cool. I like the shade of Mephisto. It's kind of like a take on Maev's Blink, which I think is pretty cool. Like I think it puts him to a situation where like he could potentially keep himself in danger and get out, or leaving his shade behind can force him into danger. Because you can just force the rest of the team away from that.
Yeah.
So you never know how it's gonna work.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I really like the lightning ability, like just having to keep your target on somebody. I feel like that's gonna keep his skill cap pretty high, which is important. And that heroic, that reveal, oof.
Okay. All right. You know what? Let's go ahead and get into it. So he's got 2 heroics.
All right.
He's got Consume Soul, and then he's got, what's the other one called?
Durance of Hate.
Durance of Hate. Okay. Aurumis, what out of these 2 heroics, first of all, which one are you going to be taking?
Consume souls.
No.
All right. So explain to everybody, first off, what Consume Souls does.
Consume souls. This amazing talent.
Oh.
That you channel for 2.5 seconds. Anywhere. Anywhere. Anytime. Revealing all of the enemy heroes on the enemy team. And when that's done, they take 357 damage, which is an absurd amount for an ultimate, and are slowed by 40% for 2.5 seconds.
357 damage, and like it, according
at level 0.
So that's how the talents, when you read them, that's how they that's what they have. They don't incorporate the scaling. Yeah.
This here, it's like, oh, they picked Mephisto. I guess we better win the entire game, because if we ever lose and need to set up a bush gank anywhere or try and gank anyone at any point, he's just gonna click R. Like, like somebody in his teams be like, oh crap, where'd that person go top? I lost them. And Mephisto is gonna be like, don't worry, and he's gonna click his little button, and everybody's gonna be seeing it, and they'll be like, oh look, this guy's next to me in a bush and he's half dead now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what?
That's got to be like a 3-minute cooldown or something. It has to.
And then, but don't worry, they gave you the underdog second alternative.
Underdog. Oh, God.
Slightly shorter cooldown, a little less mana cost to compensate with that. After 1 second, you got a little bit of a channel first. You shoot a wave of evil spirits that root the first enemy hero hit for 2 seconds and deal 160 damage, so less, like half of Consume Souls over the same duration.
I mean, I'm sure. I'm sure people will find clever ways to use the Durance of Hate.
But then, if you can cleanse that, and then that damage is stopped too.
Ugh.
You know what I mean? So it's 160 damage to them over the same duration. So that over 2 seconds, it's what, like 80 damage a second. So if you cleanse them in a second, they're only going to take 80 damage.
Yeah.
And then they just walk away.
Okay.
And the better part is it spreads after it hits somebody, and if it hits somebody else while it's spreading, it roots them too, which means they get by the same effect. So like it's good if you're like in a team fight, or if you're fighting on somewhere like Infernal Shrines maybe, and you know somebody's like bunching up through a choke point, because it's a pretty big root. Like it's bound to hit somebody unless the support's nearby to cleanse. And then they have to waste cleanse on that, so it opens up your team to use anything else, like combining that with a mosh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can't let mosh through, but at the same time you definitely can't let Durance of Hate through.
What do you think, Soken?
Look, all right. Bad guy opinion coming through here. Blizzard. Why? Okay, this game has been out for how many years now? Over 4 years? Have we not learned the lesson of broken ultimates?
Yeah, I agree.
Please, why are you? It's going to be so painful to play against Consume Soul, to the point where, like, I actually might not even play when this comes.
Whoa! It's global, right? It's a global.
It's a global reveal and damage that you literally take no skill to use. Zero skill.
Okay, it's a global reveal and damage, and there's also another factor there. It's also a slow on top of that.
Yeah, and a slow. 40%.
Like
what
I don't know.
are you guys thinking? Seriously, have we not learned lessons from previous Broken Heroes? Like, you're just gonna nerf this, right? You're just gonna nerf this and make it like 10% slow and like half the damage or something like.
And then he's never gonna get picked again, right?
That's and then he's never gonna get chosen.
Yeah,
like
that's hey, that's the Blizzard way, man. That's the Blizzard way. No.
Like, I'm not trying to flame, but Jesus, dude. Like, first of all,
Soken is so mad.
Why is there a 1 second delay on casting Durance of Hate? Why is there that? That makes it unusable. I've seen so many streams from Gamescom that just like make it look so bad. At least give some kind of competitive alternative.
Like, that's harder to hit than a Chromie Q. Like,
it is.
Like Chromie Q's on like a 4 second, like a 2 second cooldown. They're like, no, this is gonna be a more difficult Chromie Q on an 80-second cooldown. But if you hit it, you get a little reward. Or you can take this alternative: stand there, click a button, and win the game.
What? I've seen some disgusting things, disgusting already on the pre-patch that they had at Gamescom. I honestly don't know I want to play when this hero comes out.
Yeah,
it's like
so
you gotta pick.
You gotta
pick Lucio every time and just like clump up and just it's coming, break it down, and that's it.
Yeah, you just waste all of it, right? Yeah, perfect. Yep. Anyways, what they need to do is say, "Hey, sorry guys, we didn't realize that like we forgot to actually play with the hero before we released it." Back a week. Take both of those ultimates, scrap them both. Like, just get rid of it. It's gone. It's gone.
Apparently, this mechanic, this heroic, isn't unique to Heroes of the Storm. There's a hero or there's a champion in League of Legends that does something similar or the same thing. But I don't know if that hero is picked, that champion, whatever, is picked at all or anything like that.
I 100% know the thought process at Blizzard right now. This is what they're saying, right?
This will be so good on the bottom conveyor belts on Volskaya.
Oh my god!
Forehead.
Like,
no.
But like they have to realize like Heroes is a different game. Like League, like rotations are like so much longer. Like you can reveal somebody and then be like, all right, you have time to get out. Like you reveal somebody in Heroes and slow them, like goodbye. Like that's it. You have no chance.
Well, like, not only that, but like this is what they're thinking. They're like, oh, you know what? We know this is really powerful. We're gonna put it on 120-second cooldown. That'll make everything better, you guys.
Oh,
that's mosh pit. Not. That's mosh pit. Like it's still a good. You just win a team fight. Okay. We're fighting on the shrines. Everyone's low. All right, guys, let's back off. Let's reset. Oh wait, shit, we can't. Boom, reset. Imagine if you have a Li Ming on the back end of that, and you just kill one person, maybe two people.
Yep.
It's over, dude.
Literally, once the team fight ends, you have your team mount up and like start going around. Just have your Mephisto channel, so you know it's gonna hit them in about 2 seconds, and you're gonna be able to jump on them and they'll be slowed and be like, "Oh nope."
No, not even, dude. You just have a team fight. They all run away. Your team mounts up, goes to the core because you know you already won. Anyways. All right, go ahead. Uh-oh.
One more.
Aurumis, kill me.
I'm killing my...
Are we good? We good? Testing. No, we're not good.
We're good.
Okay.
Jesus.
All right, so yeah, this is some insider Gamescom stuff. I don't know that I don't know if this is official or not. This is just something I heard on a stream at Gamescom. So if you look at the level 20 consumed souls, it says deals additional damage equal to 10% of the target's missing health. So it's kind of like the last rites, right? It's in that it deals extra damage based on missing health.
10% of their missing health.
Yeah. which
Okay.
isn't a lot. It's not a lot, but
That's a lot.
the key here is if it kills a hero, it will cast again one more time.
That is a team wipe, dude. Not only will you team wipe them, while they're respawning, it will add an extra minute to their death timer.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, oh, screw it.
Okay, so there's that. And then I heard at Gamescom that at first I heard this will cast infinitely. So you could do like a Defile from Hearthstone where it's like kill one, procs again, kills another, procs again, kills another. Like you could do that in HOTS, but then I heard later that it was only limited to one extra time. So I don't know for sure yet. We don't know what it'll come out
Yeah,
to be.
no. It says it'll cast again one additional time. So It's
Okay.
only gonna be one.
Okay.
Only one.
Well,
Damn.
if it kills a hero, it will cast one more time. One additional time. It'll cast again. It'll cast again. It'll cast again.
No, it's
So-
just going to they said it's just going to be that singular time, like once.
Even if you
And then
kill
it-
another hero with
yeah.
that second time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what exactly happened. That's just what I heard. So the
Damn.
most I've seen
Yeah,
is 2.
that's-
But
All right. We'll save the baby raging for when the hero actually comes out. Let's move on to Tyrande.
I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
Oh god! All right. So Tyranda's getting a full rework as well. You can find the details on Reddit. We have linked the thread down below. Essentially, what's happening is they're removing a lot of her damage. Like instead of being like a damage support or whatever, she's gonna have more. She's gonna have utility and just more healing in general, which I like. Just because I'm getting bored of farming Tyrandas that just sit there auto attacking me, thinking they're just gonna kill me, and I'm just like, well, I'm Raynor. I'm just gonna stand here and shoot you faster and kill you faster and dodge your E that I know is coming. Like, I don't know. That's just me though. I'm toxic like that, but
it was
yeah.
just the idea that like I could be in a Hero League game and someone actually doesn't know that Tyrande is not a support. Not a support in the current state of the game.
yeah.
That was the worst part. We've talked about this before on our podcast.
Yeah. I'm excited about not just getting hit by owls every 5 seconds and just like because people never really use the owl to scout, to like get vision and see what's going on, or scout a rotation or anything like that. It was always just, I hope this hits somebody. You know what I mean? And I don't think that's, for me personally, I don't like that mindset. I like using those abilities on a hero like Tyrande to like, how can I help my team navigate the map or find or like, you know, kill somebody with my hunter's mark, or, you know, follow up with this stun. That's not how that was. It was just, I'm going to throw owls and snipe people and then 1v1 them, hunter's mark, and then hit it with the stun, and that's it. Like, that's all I'm going to do. Hardly will I support my team. I'll throw Qs on them, but most of the Qs are going on me, so I can trade. But
Yeah, because of the what's this called? It's called, well, it's even currently called Caldore Resistance, and they would
That's
just
the
cast it
spell
on
armor.
themselves.
yeah.
Yeah, so you'd have like permanent 50% spell armor on yourself if you're just casting Qs on yourself and 1v1ing someone.
Yeah, my favorite talent of that tier actually is the I forget what it's called, but it's the one that removes stuns and silences.
Yeah.
Close.
Because
Celestial Attunement.
yeah, because you get a free Q after that. People just see like, oh, you just remove a stun or a silence. It's like, yeah, but you get a free Q after that as well. It's an instant like the cooldown is instant, and you can cast it again on somebody. But it's untalented. It's just the heal. But I thought that part is cool. It works on Gul'dan Horrifies. It works obviously on Alarak Silences. Works on Varian Taunts. Like, you could actually cleanse out a taunt with Tyrande every time he has taunt ready to go.
Yeah.
Like, people don't,
Yeah.
but people never think about that. So, but
A lot of cleanses in a game.
yeah, it's stuns and root or stuns and silences specifically, but it's still a good utility to have.
Dude, end slows. Don't forget. Like,
Yeah,
A 30% slow is huge. Sometimes you cleanse that just because it's on such a short cooldown.
Well, I don't think it cleanses slows. I don't think
It does. It does. Stun silences and slows.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Well, there you have it. And there are a lot of slows in this game.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
Deckard.
Like, I was cleansed by a Rhaegar, I think, or something like that, from so many slows, and I was so thankful. I was like, damn, I would not have been able to dodge that stun, and I'd be dead.
Yeah. Right on. Cool.
Say my prayers. Yeah.
I will definitely be playing her in the PTR, just kind of seeing what's up. I remember back in the day when she was support, back when Shadowstalk did the healing, AoE healing on everybody, and I think turned him invisible too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That was a fun time to be playing Tyrande. You could solo support with her and put out some pretty good healing numbers, and the damage is okay, but you didn't pick her for that. You picked her for what she was able to heal up and also the follow up and things like that. But
she was really broken at that point. Like, her Hunter's Mark had the Hunter's Mark armor reduction was crazy at that point. It was like 30%. Her E was super strong. Yeah, her E was really strong. Her owl build put out numbers, like you could almost put out DPS numbers and heal like a little bit more than like a DPS Kharazim.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like you were like an overpowered ranged assassin form of Kharazim.
Yeah.
It was like if they buffed Kharazim and gave him a gun, got Tehran, and allowed him to stun people. It was like, wow, this is.
It's like, wow, Kharazim can stun, and he even has Ring of Frost. This is insane.
Yeah, wow. Kharazim has a gun, a stun. He lowers people's armor.
Yo, okay,
He reveal people across the map.
What if Kharazim is like? It was like you either get cleansing touch or you get stunning touch. You get 3 charges of stuns. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, we're trolling here.
Toxic.
Three charges, a little neck chop. Dink. That's what they have to name it. A little neck chop.
Neck
Just
chop.
see the animation. Just him walks over.
Puts him to sleep. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, more to come. Obviously, they'll be on the PTR next week. We'll be playing them, and we will have more information and more of our thoughts on the 2 heroes for the next show. So stay tuned for that. So, anyways, let's move on to trolling the Nexus.
We're gonna have a good time.
So right now, the biggest thing that's dropped in the Nexus is this nice, thick little balance patch that we got this week yesterday, right? Yesterday. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to spend some time talking about that because I think there's some very significant changes here that will change some stuff. Not the way we play the game or anything like that, but it's interesting. So let's go ahead and move just right. And if you guys are interested in reading the patch notes, they are linked in the show notes, so you can take a look. Actually, I'll post the link in chat for anyone that wants to follow along here. But let's talk about the first change. We'll start with you, Aurumis. The first hero here that was changed on the patch was Chromie.
Yay! Yeah, she got a little bit of love. I approve. Obviously, I think she was put in a pretty bad spot. Like, I haven't really wanted to play her since I tried her out, and I was like,
Thank God.
Yeah. But like, I fine. She needed to be nerfed where she was at. Like, I love playing her, but it was a little ridiculous.
Her one-shot potential was just like
Yeah,
that wasn't fun to play against.
Like a good Chromie would ruin your game experience.
Well,
unless you were playing like very high strung, very alert, like so you could dodge everything, like you were fine.
Yeah.
Which like wasn't hard to do, but like if you're trying to have like a chill day where you're just relaxing and playing, and somebody picks Chromie and they know what they're doing, then you'd be like, oh wow, you just ruined my day.
Well, for me, it's like, you know, they're very, for me in my experience, there are very few good Chromies. There are just a lot of people that don't know what Chromie does, or like ever anticipate Chromie, and they just die. and I always felt it was random. And it's just
I'm
like,
just gonna walk in this predictable pattern all the way across the lane.
I'm gonna stand perfectly still in this bush because Chromie's definitely not gonna check it with her 2-second long-range cooldown.
Cross
It
match.
takes half my health. Said Vala. What? Every time.
so they increase the damage of her Sandblast, they increase the damage of her Dragon's Breath, and they also increase the bonus attack damage from Bronze Talons from 100 to 125%. That's substantial, I think. That's pretty significant.
I think it's good. I think it's a good start. I don't know if it's enough. I think she needs a little bit more range on her auto attack, to be honest. Like she's too squishy, and it's really too easy still, I think, to like pick Tracer and walk into her. Like I think leave her damage like with this buff as it is. Like it's
Yeah.
either give her a big damage buff again and just let her be that long range one shot, or if you want to switch her damage to be like a little bit more risky, increase her auto attack like range a bit more, or give her some base armor or something. I mean, I know they're doing away with it, or like put it in her passive or something. Like I don't know.
People were
Something-
saying that you
Something to
have
help keep her alive.
people were
extra
saying that
health.
you have to like change her playstyle. No longer are you looking at one shot people. You're looking. It's like long distance poke and zoning, is what some people were saying. But if you
so
look at
my-
it like
my-
that, I don't know.
My problem is like, I don't know, the reducer cooldowns. Because like my games I was having, we were just having trouble. Like I would hit somebody, and they would have white mane and just heal up, like through each cooldown. And then it's just like, okay, like I can't chunk anybody now. Like I can't actually deal enough damage to be like, wow, that really hurt my team. Unless I hit like a massive W, which is like, okay, do I go W build now?
Yeah.
Which is weird because then like your Q doesn't really do much, but your W's doing all right. But then like
When I saw Chris's,
Yeah.
the Zealot's Chris, you know, the
roll
Chromie
20, Chris.
the now roll 20.
yeah,
He was playing some Chromie, and also I saw Poyik from Dignitas playing some Chromie on streams, and actually I didn't see Chris. I'm sorry. I just saw Poyik, and he was basically saying to focus your Q because your Q is now the main source of your damage. And so a lot of his talents were Q talents now instead of W talents, which is something you saw before. In my eyes, the biggest problem out of everything that is not addressed is not the attack range, not the damage necessarily, but just that the talents need to be changed because like we had said, right? She went from a bursty style to a sustained style. There should be more talents that kind of align with that process, that thought, that idea. And right now it's still kind of the let's make Chromie more bursty on this talent tier or whatever. It's like, dude, that doesn't make any sense anymore.
Yeah.
I just give her some kind of sustained damage talents. Like every Sandblast does some damage over time.
Ooh.
Do
Yeah.
something. I mean, do something, right? I don't know.
yeah, or give like something that gives it a slow, like a 5% slow that's stacked.
Yeah, I was gonna say like instead of putting the slow on her time traps, like what if like her Q's slowed a little
That would be
bit?
cool.
Yeah, even something like that. It just feels so like wrong to play her because it's like I'm trying to chunk people with these like moderately long cooldowns, but don't actually chunk them enough for my team to be like, hey, I can go in off of this.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, you hit them with the full combo, and they're like, I don't know, like, can you hit them again? And the healer clicks Q, and then you're like, oh, well,
Feels bad.
okay, yeah.
Well, maybe now that'll change though.
Maybe. Yeah, so
Maybe-
I was gonna say, so like, with these changes, they're nice little damage changes. Maybe we can see some of the, maybe it won't feel as bad to play Chromie, but I mean, on a scale of 1 to 5, Aurumis, how important is this buff? Like, how good is it?
I think like a 3. I think it's like a start. I
Okay.
think it'll help because you have to remember, like, all of Chromie's talents make her more bursty, so all that stuff is scaled, like, substantially.
Okay.
Like, you have to look at it like, okay, you get, what is in our Q, like, the actual numbers.
Her Q now does
15,
15.
15 damage. You're looking at, like, what? Like, 30% more with all her talents. If you're constantly hitting them, I think it's a little like more or less.
Okay.
I think it might be a bit more of that. That's like another 5. So now you're looking at like 320 damage base, pretty much. I mean, like it all scales nicely.
We'll see.
Same with her W, and like I think that W buff, is bigger than the
Q.
Q. And I was just talking about W build, so I'm like,
Maybe. Well, try it out. Let us know. Let us know what you
Yeah.
think. But all right, let's move on to Kel'Thuzad. Soken. What's going on with Kel'Thuzad, dude?
All right. So the thought process here, and they talk about it in the balance patch, but it is very clear when reading the notes. Kel'Thuzad is still a burst mage. You're still gonna get. It's not like Chromie. Like they didn't change anything here that's gonna stop him from being a burst mage. What they did do is they kind of the reason why Kel'Thuzad is not picked in competitive and his main flaw in general in the game is that it's kind of a high ramp up time because in its current state before this balance patch, you'd have to get 15 stacks to get your cooldown reductions. Otherwise, you're stacking slower. It's almost like a downward spiral. If you're doing really bad, you're doing bad. Like if you're doing bad, you're doing really bad, and if you're doing good, you're doing really good. So that's not very good for his viability in competitive because in competitive, they're not going to let you get those stacks, you know. So you're never going to get your CDR at 15 stacks and all that stuff. So basically what they're doing is they're removing a lot of the variants, a lot of the things that would like they basically like overall lowered his cooldowns so you can use them more often. They lowered some damage, raised a little bit of damage in the Q, lowered it in the W a little bit, and then gave him, instead of at 15 stacks, you don't get the CDR anymore because we lowered all the cooldowns. You get the Glacial Spike, which, you know, honestly...
That's
Glacial
actually
Spike,
a good change, I think.
Yeah, that is the best change of this whole thing. Every single thing here, forget it. Glacial Spike instead of that CDR is the best thing about this whole thing because Glacial Spike was a choice before, but honestly, it is a requirement for his kit.
Yeah.
To be able to get those picks. And you saw in your games, a player that can use Glacial Spike better than other players is going to get more kills, is going to do better in team fights. I mean, it's just overall like better.
But they removed the functionality where the chain.
yeah,
You were able to
I was
chain
gonna
to
say that.
structures. You can't chain to structures anymore. Now it's only to players or the Glacial Spike.
Yeah, but so you're not going to be able to do it through structures, which I always thought was kind of cheesy, to be honest.
Yeah,
but
but
you
I
can
felt
still-
like that's what kind of gave him his like a little edge at least to make sure you're still stacking somewhat.
Well, this is what we don't know. So we don't
Okay.
know, does the E go through the structure or get stopped by the structure? Like as in just stop, right?
Yeah.
If it can go through, then I think it's still okay because you still have the ability to kind of give that edge and like you're pushing a wall. They still can't really
That's a good point. Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
So I do feel like it's okay if it goes through. If it does not, then that's a huge nerf to the point of, ooh, I'm not so sure about that anymore.
Sasa says it goes
How
through.
how about what they did to Frostblast? Like he has one ultimate now. Like Shadow Fissure's the only thing you can pick.
What was it about Shadow Fisher?
They increased the speed from 1 to 5, or I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's the cast time or if that's the speed of the
No,
missile.
so the minimum speed it starts off at
Oh, you're talking about Frost Blast.
yeah.
yeah.
Is
So
that the cast time? The minimum speed?
No, so what happens is it kind of has this ramp up of speed, and so you cast it and it was going like super slow, and then it would go really fast like towards the end, right?
yeah.
This is the minimum speed, so that lower end where it was going super slow is now going to be a pyroblast speed
Okay.
the whole time, like at that from that point, and then it
okay.
ramps up from there.
Damn, that's
Okay.
actually kind of crazy. that I think it's like
Okay.
boom, and then it's actually a blast, and then like
Okay.
you're probably gonna land more of those more often. I don't know.
I think
Yeah.
it's actually viable now with this change. To be honest, they increased the damage, they increased the speed, because before it was like this. It was like Austin Powers movie a long time ago where the rollers coming. You know that roller. What's it called? The roller that like flattens out things on like cement.
Yeah, the steamrollers.
Yeah, the cement roller, whatever you want to call it, and it was just like 50 miles away, and Austin Powers is just like,
And it takes forever.
for just like like an hour. That's what it felt like before. So I think this is good.
So I saw Chris from Zealots, I'm sorry, Roll20. He posted a picture on Twitter where he went Q build on Kel'Thuzad and had like a million takedowns, a million damage, and a million siege damage. Could Q build? I mean, they reduced the cooldown. They increased the periodic damage on that. And now, I mean, if you're going Frost Blast, you get people rooted in place. They're taking more periodic damage consistently. I mean, is this something that we can consider, or are we still looking to combo people and try to blow them up in one shot?
You're still like I said, he's
Yeah,
still a burst
I don't know.
mage. It's not going to change anything. It's the if you're like for Chris, you know, he's good at landing all of his abilities, so that Q is going to get a lot of value when it lands versus maybe someone else. Before, a lot of the value was in the W, so the Frost Nova.
Yeah. I mean,
But they kind of switched that up.
They've reduced
Yeah, I mean,
the
like-
damage on
like-
the Frost Nova.
Like if you hit Frost over, you're hitting that Q. Like that's always been the combo to give him the burst. I mean, like going Q build, if it's just gonna do outright more damage than W build like this, or at least like it seems, it might be just a viable build.
I'm interested to try it out.
Yeah. wanna play with him a little bit.
Me personally, I've never been a fan of just like blowing people up or like just one-shotting people. That's just me. I like to make things harder on myself. I like the challenge of trying to like outplay somebody, whittle them down, and then like that's why Greymane for me was like my favorite hero for the longest time, because like you're poking, you're kind of like going around dodging their stuff, getting in position to get some damage out, and then you go for the throat and you get the kill. I thought that was always so cool. Or you go in, you chunk them out real hard, then you jump out and throw a cocktail back when cocktail build was like the high, and then you blow them up with that. Like I liked that, and one-shotting people was never fun for me. So now that I see this Death and Decay got a little buff, maybe I'll go that way and see. Maybe like I can control space better that way and kind of whittle people down and maybe get a nice. I mean, the combo is still gonna hurt. You know, a nice little combo is still gonna hurt. But I don't know. We'll see.
No, I agree, and this is the thing too. Is before, you know, something we're not really talking about since we're talking about his burst is this Q is great because it will make his wave clear insane. Think about that. Before, before it was okay. It was okay, but you kind of had to throw a Frost Nova and a Death and Decay on it to kill it. Now, I'm not even sure you need to do the Frost Nova. You probably can just do the Death and Decay on a wave, and it will just disintegrate. Like I'm actually kind of excited for that. I love wave clear personally. That's like it's like the most satisfying feeling to clear a wave like in one shot.
All right, cool. Let's move on here to Jimmy. Right, this is Jimmy. His basic attack damage was increased from 92 to 103 at level 0, but then his basic attack damage scaling was reduced from 5% to 4%. 5% scaling is actually insane. In this game, I think on average it's usually like 4. I think Lunara has like 4.8. Is probably one of the higher heroes that has, or one of the higher scaling heroes. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. But Rayner had 5, which is insane. His level 1 talent, Ace in the Hole, which is the Executioner, initially when he came out was a 30% auto attack damage increase at level 1. Then they reduced it to 20, and now it's at 15. So it's half of what it used to be when he first came out. And then level 13, his Giddy Up. The bonus baseline movement speed was reduced from 10 to 8%. I thought 10 was way too much just to have for free because I clicked that talent. Like, that's insane. And then Paint Them Red, the healing was from the penetrating round was decreased from 100% of the damage dealt to 90% of the damage dealt. Excuse me. I played some Rayner today in Hero League. I've been playing some Rayner a lot, and I will say the damage nerfs, you feel it. Before you could just step up and just, you can trade. You got your armor, you got your stuff like that. and you just killed people. Now it's like, okay, I have to find better moments to trade and step up and deal some damage. The ace in the hole, like, you could just kill people alone with that. Now it's like iffy. It's iffy. You create a lot of pressure on frontline targets to force them away, whereas before you created a lot of pressure and you could also kill them. And at level 13, and Giddy Up is cool. I didn't take that one. I was taking the one, I forget what it's called, but whenever your W is active, whenever you have your Inspire active, your next Q cooldown is reduced, and it also increases the slow amount from 20 to 30%. I like that.
So that one,
Yeah.
that one was totally underrated. Everyone was taking Giddy Up no matter what because, like you said, click value. Like you just get the click, you get the value, but they didn't realize like actually that one is actually really good. The one you just said.
Yeah, it's a good talent. I saw Poik using it in at the Western Clash.
Yep. You know why he used it?
Why is that?
Because it was on Battlefield of Eternity or something like that. It was like a 2-lane small map where you don't need that speed. You can just get away with getting the other benefits.
For me, I take it when like there's already like there's a lot of slows, there's a lot of potential slows in CC. Like I don't need the movement speed when I've got a lot of slows on my team, but if you add more slow to your team, it could be pretty like poggers, you know, like it could be pretty good. Like it's like, oh, we have more stuns, you know, like you're never gonna be mad about having more stuns. I mean, I think slows slows in general are a terribly underrated CC in this game.
100%.
But
well, not anymore with Kayn. I feel. I think Kayn woke people up with that Sapphire, man. With that Sapphire, oh my god.
But yeah, Raynor's definitely. Is he first ban worthy? Do you guys think he's gonna still be first ban worthy?
Right? No,
I don't think so. Yeah.
I don't know. I think he might be banned mid draft. Like if you see somebody drafting something that can protect them, or follow up or something like that.
He's still he's still a good hero.
He's still viable. Like within the midst of all the auto attackers right now, I think he's still one of the better ones. Like, because who's next? Like it's Phoenix and him. I think are like the go-to.
Phoenix
right now. Phoenix, him, and then like Greymane. Yeah, it's been Phoenix.
Even Greymane is kind of like right now. It's kind of like eh.
Yeah, Greymane's been used more as a burst. But really, the only like significant sustained auto attackers are like Phoenix, Raynor,
maybe Hanzo,
some Lunara, some Hanzo.
Yeah,
That's
but
I like having another selection of like an auto attacker that's viable.
Yeah, I think he's definitely not going to be first ban worthy. However, he's still a good hero. He's good. I think he's still good in the ETC. He's good in the URL. He's good in the Muradin. He's good into he's good in the frontliners, right? But like those specifically that like want to be moving around and doing stuff where you can cancel. I canceled like 3 mosh pits today. Like the ETC power slid, and I just stopped him in his tracks, and he got pushed back, and was like, well, I got to go back. URL wants to jump. Well, she's got to go back. You know, Muradin as he's dwarf tossing away, you kind of cancel that jump and push him down where he is, because the closer they are to your queue, the further away they get pushed. If they're far away, they don't get pushed as far. But he still has a lot of utility, a lot of survivability. He can trade pretty nicely, and yeah, I think he's good. He's kind of like a Phoenix in that sense. His wave clear is not bad. His traits really good.
You know who is also good against, just as a side note, is Phoenix, actually. So he's good with Phoenix and he's good against Phoenix.
Yeah.
Because he can slow Phoenix with his Q, but also, more importantly, Phoenix players get super aggressive. They come at you, they're like, I got shields, I'm good. If any of your team helps you a little bit, gets Raynor down, or gets Phoenix down as he's trying to body you, and he'll run away, right? And he's like, oh, I'm safe. I got a teleport, I'm good. You see him try to teleport, instantly Q him.
Yeah.
Instantly Q him with your hamstring shot, and he'll die. That's it. He's over. So.
Cool. All right, let's move on to the other Terran Marine, Tychus.
It's about damn time.
His basic attack damage was increased from 48 to 50, and then his level 16 talent, Lead Rain, which is a Q talent, the slow on the Q was increased from 20 to 30%. Another slow. What do you guys think about this? I'll tell you what I think.
I like it.
These little buffs are like kind of cool. Like 50 damage with probably 4% scaling at level 1.
Well, yeah, I mean that's a little bit. That's like a 4 point something% damage buff overall.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's a little big. Just said, okay, let's increase Tychus's baseline by a little bit over 4%.
And what's his baseline attack speed right now? It's like 3 or 4 or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
So that can ramp up pretty quickly, even without his trait. Like that ramps up pretty quickly,
Yeah.
And then having that increased slow lead rain, like 30%, that's anti mount speed, like that in the opposite direction. That person's not really going anywhere anytime soon.
Yep.
You can, that slow allows you to like, okay, someone's getting away, you hit them with the Q, you slow them down, you can catch up, or you can be trading with them and they try to like get away from you. You can slow them and then like essentially you become mount speed relative to that person. Allows you to get in position to like body block or do anything like that. That's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. But I definitely want to play some Tychus. And I did this with Alarak last time when he got an auto attack buff. I was like, ooh, I'm going to play some Alarak. I'm going to go feed on Alarak for a game.
You fed pretty hard, dude. I'm not going to lie.
Like, hey, I might try it out. This gives Tychus a little bit more wave clear with his auto attacks. More siege camp. You can take some camps and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think it's a little lackluster in the talents area. I would have liked to see some buffs in certain talents. I wish I could do a Q build, to be honest. Like I want a more mobile Tychus. The thing about Tychus is that it gets boring sitting there in a team fight. You just click D and you just attack one person. It gets a little boring after a while.
It's the tank, so he's like always in your range. You never really move. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a Q build develop, but I don't know.
Yeah, Tychus is one of those heroes who's like, we are going to kill this tank like right now. Or like Raynor does that, Phoenix does that too. A bunch of Jaina did that or does that. Like it's just like where does Tychus fit in all this? Like where is he? Where's like why would I take Tychus over somebody like Raynor or Phoenix or Jaina or whatever?
Yeah.
But I mean Odin's a good heroic. Hell, the Draken laser and a lot of these sustained fights like is getting a lot of value that I've been noticing in games, in Hero League games and stuff. You're like, oof, this is actually tearing my front line down a bit. But
don't get me started on laser, dude. I hate that ultimate with a passion. Like I don't even know why that still exists in the game, to be honest.
All right, cool. Let's move on here. Let's move on here.
Okay, well.
to Asmodan. Aurumis. Asmodan got some changes. What's up here?
Yeah. So his quest completion at level 1, it now applies to all non-hero targets, not just minions and mercenaries. So pretty cool. I guess it means like towers and structures and stuff.
What about like immortal or monkeys or the skeletal defenders and stuff?
Yeah, that stuff too, which is pretty cool. I think it's gonna help him a lot because his big maps lately have been like infernal shrines and things like that. I think this will be a big help there. And then they give him a little nerf on his other Q. His quest completion damage bonus is reduced from 100% to 75% of Annihilation's value, which is, I guess, needed. He was doing a little well lately. They nerfed his armor on his minions, on his W minions, from 30 to 25. They reduced the damage on his Q at level 16 from 5% to 4% of the target's max health. And they reduced the buff duration on his Demon Warrior, on his E talent from 6 to 5 seconds. So
Yeah.
overall, it was made to try and change up his level 1 talent. I still think Wrath is like the go-to, even with buffed greed, and like they just try to nerf him otherwise.
They
Like, hey, like, he's
they
performing well.
they also nerf these talents too that are just kind of like, why is it taking me so long to kill this minion he just spawned? This is really annoying. Like, why is this thing as tanky as it is? It's just like all these little extra minions that people spawn are so annoying, you know. And then even the total annihilation, the giant killer, so to speak, on the globe, like that's just a lot of damage just if you hit your Q. Like it's just a lot of damage in general.
It's
for
not
no
a
reason.
hard thing to hit.
Yeah, so I mean he's
This is
still
the-
chunking people out.
This is the one thing I wish Blizzard would have done. It's the one thing I think that they're missing right now is I think you should revert the changes you made to that level 10, the demon invasion one. I think that promotes bad gameplay. We talked about this before, that buff was just not needed. And then the biggest thing is the level 20, I think it's called Annihilation or something. It's basically the Nazebo Vile Infection. Like it's the same idea, but it's way more broken than Nazebo, and they nerfed Nazebo, but they didn't nerf that. And this is like way easier to hit. Like you could hit, like you guys said, you hit a globe. It's already kind of relatively easy, but for some reason it gets like mega super buffed at 20. I feel like that's too much. I'm okay with a buff, but you know that's like Vile Infection level where I see teams just go down so far, like they have like half their health at level 20 to a globe.
Right now, people are saying Asmodean's like insanely broken. I think the only reason why he's so broken is that people like always want a team fight and always want to brawl, and Asmodean finds a lot of value in team fights now because he's stacking his Qs and stuff. Not only is that happening when people are just brawling and fighting and stuff, and he's stacking his Q, at the same time he's got a general that's pushing another lane, and soaking the XP as well. They soak XP. If they kill a minion, and they instantly kill a minion now every few seconds, they kill something, so he's getting little trickle XP here and there. Not only that, the lane pushes, so
Not only that,
so it's just true. Like people, you know, they're banning him and stuff because it's like, oh, he's OP, and it's just like, well, he's only OP because you're playing into him. You're playing into what Asmodean kind of wants in these unorganized games, but.
True, but there's just some heroes that are going to get more value in those situations in general, just less coordinated play.
Old Chromie.
Yeah, like Chromie was, and like what's another hero? Anyway, like Chromie, and then like kind of like Nazebo was getting, honestly.
With the toads and all that.
Yeah, with the toads and stuff, and it's like, well, they nerf toads, they nerf Vile Infection. I don't see why Asmodean is any different in that sense. When his ultimate you can hit from like a screen away, or his globe you can hit from a screen away. So
yeah, and none of them were still popular HGC picks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they were all like really unorganized play picks because it's just so easy to get value with them, and they still get nerfed.
Yeah. All right. Overall, I mean, we'll see. I like the changes personally because. I it's going back to that whole Chromie thing where like I hate seeing my teammates get farmed by Asmodeans because they're not paying attention to what's happening, you know, to what he's doing and stuff. Yeah. So, but cool. All right, Deckard Cain is next on the list. His Ancient Blessings trait at level 13. The damage was reduced from 68 to 62. The healing was reduced from 100 to 90. They changed Potion of Revival. They buffed it up a little bit. The healing Potion of Revival is the AoE healing on Q. And cut it out, babe. What the hell? She's like threw something. She like hit me in the face with a cone. The healing increased from 30 to 35%, and then the Super Healing Potion, the Q, that's a Q talent. The healing bonus was increased from 75 to 80%. And then Bottomless Flask at level 20 was nerfed to the ground. The recharge time was increased from 6 to 8 seconds. So
You'll never see that again.
you'll never see that talent again. I was never really taking it anyways. I was always taking the stay a while, listen, upgrade. Unless I went Lornado, then I went Bottomless Flask. But I find myself taking Lornado less and less. But I should pick it back up. But anyways, at level 13, they try to bring all those talents in line because Ancient Blessings was too good. And I still think Ancient Blessings is just too good. Like there's no competing with any of that. Potion of Revival, okay, maybe. Super Healing Potion, I just don't take it because first of all, my allies never wait long enough for the potion to get big before they pick it up. So that's the first problem I run into. And then the other issue is that the reason why Ancient Blessings is so good is like, okay, you just increase all of your everyone's auto attack damage. It's all AoE damage. It heals for every auto attack that you're doing. Well, every auto attack every second. Like if your Tracer is only going to heal you one per 1 second or whatever. It's not going to be like infinite auto attacks. But also it allows you to do things like take bosses real fast with your team. It allows you to take forts and keeps. It allows you to burst somebody down. And more importantly, it allows you to core rush. Oh, we're on their core. I'm pressing D. We're just gonna chunk this down. It's gonna help us end this game. It's gonna help us secure this kill. It's gonna help us take this camp. If you're Decker Kane and you're stuck somewhere having to clear a lane, you press D. You cleared it by yourself. It's still good. It just provides so much utility and helps so much in every other aspect outside of just healing that I don't see why you ever give it up. It's just a good talent. It's the best talent there. But I don't know if Bottomless Flask used to be 4-second recharge time. Then they increased it to 6, and now it's 8. It's twice the amount of time. That's a lower level nerf because people will just be sitting there and pick up potions of forever, and I don't know. But,
Yeah.
But anyways, that's all for Decker Kane. I know you bums don't care. I'm just kidding. I know you guys don't play supports. But let's move on to Lily here. Her Cloud Serpent no longer has a cast time, which is currently was 0.25 seconds, and no longer cancels existing move orders. So what that is before you would like press W, and it would kind of like there's like a little animation where it would kind of channel and go and like the dragon would then go to the person. Now it's like you press W, it just appears on them and starts going. And then also, if you press W and you're running as Lily, you're not gonna stop for that split second either. Her model would stop as you cast it and then keep going. Now you just cast and keep going. More mobility, more fluidity, no more awkward. Like you're trying to get in position to also drop a heal on somebody. Like it's good. I think that's a nice little quality of life change. And then Gale Force at level 13, the blind duration was reduced from 1 second to 0.75 seconds. I think that's
I don't get that one. I don't get these other nerfs, to be honest.
Mistweaver's actually insane. So I mean that's actually a really good talent to take.
People are saying right now that it's hugely bugged and that the cooldown for that skill isn't lowered unless your fast feet is activated. Like that's the bug right now. So they're
weird.
saying like why nerf something that isn't even usable right now?
That's not even working.
Yeah.
When the healing comes out, it's like pretty good. So, but yeah, I mean, I think at level 13, Gale Force is probably one of the only other talents to take. I think also her auto attacks or her auto attack damage is increased during that time that they're blinded. So they're probably trying to bring down some of that damage that she does as well. I could be mistaken though.
No, you're right.
That is just again like talent diversity because the only talent.
Yeah.
I would take, if I was going healing build and I wasn't worried about blinds, I always went Surging Winds because you get the spell power and then you cast Jugs right after or something like that. You get the increased healing.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. That's what I did.
That's actually pretty smart. People would just take that and then go Water Dragon because you increase the damage. It's like, yeah.
Oh my god.
You also increase the healing. But all right, Lieutenant Morales. Same thing, her Q no longer cancels existing moving orders, which means you can walk around and press Q on people without like taking that fraction of a second to stop. It's really nice. I like that. And the
Thank
same
you.
with her W, her safeguard.
I like those talents. I like these changes a lot about not canceling move orders on support's abilities. Like, it's going to be so much more flexible when trying to heal people with them doing that. So,
Yeah.
I'm pumped
It
for
was
that.
really triggering. Like Lieutenant Morales is one of my favorite healers and or supports, I should say. And just I mean, we did a lot. You and I, Goon, we did a lot of ARAMs and stuff. And like, you're just butting heads against each other forever, trying to reposition, trying to heal
Yeah.
people, and like you stop moving, and that could, in an ARAM that could cost you, like even in a team fight, right? That could cost you your
Yeah.
life. It's like, I'm so glad this is happening.
Yeah. Stukov, his base max health was increased, his health regen was increased, and his basic attack damage was also
What?
increased. And also at level 4, the vigorous reuptake trait, the bonus healing was increased from 25% to 30%. I'm still not taking that talent. That's just me. One good spread is way too good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that he's more survivable. Has his own sustain, a little bit more of his own sustain. And hey, I want to be able to punish somebody that gets a little too close, and or be able to finish somebody off with that auto attack. It's nice. Stukov is he's one of my favorite supports. I don't play him nearly enough as I would like or should. I played a lot of Stukov last season. That was my carry support.
Yeah.
He is, for me, a much more interesting Malfurion type. I mean, like, I don't know. He's a lot of fun. Like, micromanaging abilities and healing on people and things like that. It's a lot of fun for me. But I like these changes.
You're the slap.
The slap. Fear the slap. That's right.
Yeah, it things hurts now.
Hurt. They always hurt. White Mane got a change, got some changes as well. The passive cooldown reduction on Clemency, the W that allows you to heal allies and stuff, was increased from 3 to 4 seconds, which is a nice little change. Level 4, she got some nerfs. Unwavering Faith, the mana cost reduction was decreased from 30 to 15. High Inquisitor, the W, the mana return per desperation stack was increased from 60 to 75, which is ridiculous because you could if you went W Clemency at level 1, you could Q somebody else, and then press W on your ally, and it would give you that mana back.
Oh my god!
You didn't have
I
to
didn't
hit.
even think about that.
Yeah, you didn't have to hit an enemy. And it gave you all your mana back anyways. So this is like more mana back.
Yeah.
You just Q, and then just throw down the W right after.
Yeah,
Oh my lord, that is actually insane.
And then Indulgence, the secondary lash mana return was reduced from 30 to 25. I don't know who was taking that talent. I didn't take it. I don't think it was as good as the other ones. But level 16, the heal amount from Radiance, the talent was reduced from 200 to 175. I wasn't taking that one a whole lot. I was taking the chain W to other targets because I synergized that with the 13 root talent, because you could get 2 people if they were like clumped up and you lined it up perfectly.
Yeah,
you can root 2 people. I liked doing that. And then Judgment Day, the damage bonus from her damaging heroic, I forget it was called Sacrament or something like that. I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Yeah, the damage bonus was
Yeah.
reduced from 50 to 30% at level 20.
Divine Reckoning.
Divine Reckoning.
Yeah.
You could like destroy teams with that, but I'm still
That was a good
going.
nerf.
I'm still going with the Scarlet Aegis. I think the Scarlet Aegis is way too good, and then having an AOE cleanse every 40 seconds with armor.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy.
Oh, my
Ooh,
lord.
and it applies zeal on everybody. Ooh. It's so good.
I know.
It's so good. But yeah. Anyways, White Mane. It makes her W talents more enticing. I did like playing around with those talents. I just didn't think they were nowhere near as good as just going QQ, cleanse, or spell out power, and then going on from there. But I'm willing to feed some more with some of these talents. I'm going to try it out and feed. But yeah. All right, couple more changes here. Artanis got some buffs actually. Level 4, the psionic synergy, the armor amount that you get from swapping somebody with your E was increased from 15 to 20. I always felt like 15 was a little too low. Even though he does have his own shields and he still gets spell armor later on if you wanted to, I still thought the 15 was still too low.
Yeah.
And I think
20 still may be too low.
It might be, but what else is there? There's an attack speed after E, and then there is
Another shield one.
the surge, the shield surge, what increases the shield amount.
Yeah.
This is to give him more talent diversity. And this, I think, this also allows, like, if you want to get those swaps, you don't get punished as hard. But I don't know. I think it's interesting. It can actually create some. I know why Blizzard started off at 15 because he already has so many shields and so much armor in his talent tree that they didn't want to make him too tanky. But I like this. Make him tankier. Let me get in there and just really go ham. Maybe I don't want to rely on my shields. Maybe I've got an ally that can heal me through that, and I can just stay in the fight and look for the big swaps and stay in team fights longer. And then Plasma Burn at level 20. That's like a Burning Rage talent. The damage was increased from 60 to 70 damage a second. I'm curious. I didn't take that. I was taking the Zealot Charge actually. I thought the Zealot Charge is good.
It's very underwhelming for a level 20.
Seems that way, right? But,
yeah.
It is. I don't know. Maybe with the buffs it'll be more significant. That is big. I don't know if it's big enough.
Maybe it's time to feed with some Artanis and find out.
Yeah, I don't know. It scales too, so like that numbers could be high late game. I don't know.
Yeah, true.
Find out.
All right, and then the last change here, Sonya. She got some buffs. Shattered Ground. That's the level 4 talent that buffs your W, your Seismic Slam. The splash damage bonus. Oh, they fixed the type. They fixed the syntax here. The splash damage bonus was increased from 75 to 100 to 100%. Nice blow there.
Oh, sorry. I forget how sensitive my mic is sometimes.
The splash damage bonus. That's actually pretty good. You get 100% of the damage on your W to everybody now. Right?
Yeah.
So like before, it was like you hit the person in front of you with your slam, they take the full damage, and then 75% of the damage goes out behind them. It also increases the range at which the slam goes. Now it's the full damage all the way through.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty damn good.
Does that synergize? Does that synergize with the level 1 talent, where every 4th seismic slam deals an addition?
Yes, I've been taking that so many games as a Sonya assassin and just blowing people up.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yes.
But it says to the primary target, so it wouldn't. Is that the splash too?
Yeah.
Does the splash move to? I don't know. So
wow.
I would.
Yeah. Because that it's like the splash is still gonna do damage. Like that damage is gonna be equal to whatever.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You hit.
So, I think I saw someone say on Twitter like full W build is like a thing now. I'm not sure if that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, with the giant slammer here.
Yeah.
Yeah, giant slammer's nuts. This talent is insane. So your basic attacks deal 1.25% of the target's maximum health. So Sonya just got herself a giant killer, and her slams chunk them like that too.
So you can slam, auto, and if you have like Wrath of the Berserker or something like that, you're dealing some damage.
Yeah,
Wow.
so like within like 5 seconds, slam autos usually deal like 1,000 damage, or like you're hurting, right? But along with that 1,000 damage, I chunk 10% of your health too. It's like, all right, like
Yeah.
that's troublesome.
I think it's a great addition because I don't know if it's busted yet. I'm not sure. I just think it's a good addition because I think that tier is very stacked and it's really hard to choose.
Yeah, I think this is the clear choice now, though. I like that talent a lot.
Okay. I think I know my build now then.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest question that I have is, okay, we're seeing a lot of Blazes in the off lane. We're seeing these Urels in the off lane and things like that. And Sonya has kind of just fallen off a bit, right? So she already did well against Blaze. I'm not sure how she did against Urel, but now at 16, knowing that your Sonya can now has Giant Killer against these other bruisers that she's matched up against, like, do we see more Sonya now?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Like it depends, because right now, like Soka was saying, like there's a lot of talents that were good at that tier. Like there was Rampage, which was really popular for a while because of the basic attack damage increase.
But Ignore Pain is
like,
also on that tier.
Yeah, which I feel like is equivalent. No, it's Nerves of Steel.
Yeah.
Nerves of Steel. Yeah. Whatever.
25% shield.
Mm-hmm.
And like, that's awesome. But I don't know. This damage chunk is huge. I think it's just gonna change her playstyle a little bit. Like you're gonna be like, hey, like partner her with a Rainer, and instead of being like, I'm gonna jump on the back line and stun them with Spear, and then you're gonna blow up this Li Ming, it's gonna be like, wait for this Murden to jump in, and I'm gonna engage a Sonya, and let's blow him up because we both have a Giant Killer, and can chunk 20% of his HP instantly.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I like that theory theoretically a lot more, actually, because I always fed a lot with Sonya, so if I could focus on the front line, then I could feed less.
So yeah, Sonya's one of those heroes that's like, she wants to be able to like do her thing without getting stopped and taking a lot of damage. But
exactly, it's also a playstyle thing. Like you can begin to go in the W build, like hold your talents for like a minute or so, feel out like the mid fight without a level 1 talent, be like, all right, like these guys seem to be like stopping me when I like go in, like play it a little aggressive, and then if you notice them stopping, you'd be like, all right, you're gonna go into like a normal build, like go into Nerves of Steel,
Yeah.
But like if you're like, okay, like I got a little space here to move around, like they're not stopping me, I'm not getting hurt, I don't feel like I'm gonna die quick, boom, like start moving into the W build.
yeah,
It's not something like you can't change. Like if you're like, oh, I don't want to go Giant Killer, I'm going to take Nerves of Steel instead just to keep me a little buff because this kid remembered how to play the video game halfway through the game.
yeah.
Like, it's not like the talent's going to throw everything off, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, I feel like she's got more viable paths, and I like the play style that you can perform with her now.
For sure. All right. So that is it for the hero balance changes and stuff. There was
Just
also
real quick.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The biggest bug fix is the Cassia Valkyrie.
Yeah, I was just gonna mention
bug
that.
fix.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So there was an issue where with Cassia, you would use your Valkyrie, and sometimes the person wouldn't like get pulled; they would just kind of get pushed to the side. That got fixed, and apparently it was associated with Cassia like having movement commands in the direction opposite to the pull. So let's say like you press R and then like take a step back or something, they would just push him to the side. Now it pulls him in consistently. So, but yeah, cool. Right on. I'm excited. I'm definitely gonna be playing some more Sonya, some more Artanis. I will try out Tychus. And yeah, who are you guys looking at here? Oh, and Kel'Thuzad. I'm gonna try everybody except for Chromie. I don't want to play Chromie.
Oh, that's not nice.
Which change are you guys looking?
I'm doing Kel'Thuzad for sure. I'm gonna do Kel'Thuzad, and probably Sonya. Kel'Thuzad and Sonya are my two, I think. So Tychus, you know, I don't think these changes were enough, but I'll let you be the judge of that.
Yeah.
I'll let you know how often I feed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do KT, Sonya, and Chromie primarily.
Okay. So then next week we'll have not only will we talk about the new heroes, but we can also mention how we've fared with these or with the new hero. But you know, we could also talk about how we fared with the buffs. But
Sounds good.
all right, cool. You know, we're kind of reaching our time here. I think we'll discuss
Tier League reports.
You want to go over that? We can go over that real quick if you want.
Yeah, we could do a quick one.
All
minute
right.
one.
All right. Let's talk about our Hero League real quick. Aurumis, what's up with you?
Did a great thing today. Went back to Diamond, climbed back up to Master. Laid a lot of Jaina today, which felt a little weird. Also had a very insane mouth game,
Malthael or Malfurion?
Malfurion,
Oh,
which was real weird. I was like, first pick, and I was like, I feel like playing mouth really aggressively for no reason, and it went really, really well, and I was just wrecking people. We won the game in like 10 minutes.
When did you go with the Celestial Alignment talent?
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I was beefing on people. It was great.
Nice.
Top damage mouth, just nice.
Right on.
Anyways,
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah, for me, I've spent some time this past week in quick match and stuff, just brushing up on some assassins like Phoenix, Maiev, Raynor, things like that, and kind of just brushing up my skills there. And I've been playing less support and more assassins in my Hero League games. I'm looking to just focus on that to climb back up. The beginning of the season was awful. Awful. Booty, butt cheeks. And it's still booty, butt cheeks. But I find that me playing Assassin, personally, I have a better chance of winning games. I played some Medivh in Hero League. That was fun.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. I was a last pick. They had a... it was an Alarak, Kel'Thas, Diablo... Oh, no, I'm sorry, Johanna... Dahaka, and what was her last? What was her support? I think it was a white main. And then we had a Muradin. We had it was a Muradin, Tyrande, Junkrat. Nazebo, and then me as Medivh. I was the last pick. I'm like, they got a lot of burst damage. My teammates are kind of squishy. We have Tyrande. She's kind of supporty enough, I guess. I don't want to... I'm going to go Medivh here just to negate all their bursts and just stack up. Dude, I stacked up so fast, and then as soon as I heard that little ching, you're done with your quest, dude, that feed was on. I had like 8 takedowns that game. I like killed Johanna like 3 times. I just ran them down. I died 3 times myself, but that was after I finished my quest. It was fun. I was like, dang, this hero is good. Why did I stop playing this guy? But yeah, I'm looking now to just damage or flex around to climb in Hero League. Damage primarily. That's what I'm looking to do. To climb back up into Master, because I fell down just playing supports. And people just doing crazy stuff, but or just not doing enough damage. And I played some Raynor today, and that's when I found out that like he's kind of weak. I don't say he's kind of weak. He's definitely a lot weaker than he was before, but he's still a pretty good hero.
Yeah.
I think. But yeah, having fun. I spent a lot of time in those games, like really just like, okay, my team just fed. They just died. The Stitches just walked into them and died. Well, I'm just gonna go bottom and soak this lane. We can't fall behind here. I gotta keep my team in this game somehow. I'm gonna go soak this lane. I'm gonna go push this out and force somebody to come down here and get this, to try to come and get me, and then make that fight up top a 4v4 to give him a chance, or whatever. Because I find people in Hero League, they'll see somebody sticking out too far, and they'll send like everybody from top to come and try to gank you when you're bottom on Volskaya, and you're just like, okay, well now my teammate's gonna get top 4. Like, okay, whatever. And I know you're coming, so I'm just gonna go leave. You know?
Ganking a Medivh in 2018, lol.
Yeah, I know, right? No, this is the Raynor game, but
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was cool. It was fun. I got to play against Salinity, one of the streamers today. It was cool. But yeah, right on. We'll save the gaining insight for next week. It's a pretty good one. But we'll talk about it next week with the new heroes and stuff as well. It's late. We had a late start today. But
Didn't even ask me, bro.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you did play because I assumed you weren't playing Hero League anymore. Remember?
I ain't no filthy casual. What are you talking about?
All right. What's up? What you got?
All right, look, I went 3-1, and I finally attained the impossible. I hit plat.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Plat 1. He's almost diamond.
I'm close, baby.
But
I smell it.
Hey, yo.
I feel it.
Sasa in chat climbed to plat 1. He's gonna be diamond soon too. There you go.
Dang.
There you go.
Just don't pick variant
Fun.
in my games, Sasa. Just don't pick variant in my games, please.
Right on, dude. What have you been doing differently, or like you just what have you done?
Nothing special, dude. I seriously just focused on wave clear. There was literally a game where my team was doing some dumb stuff like you're talking about, and I was like, you know what? Let them feed. I'm gonna go double soak, and I just went and double soaked, got camps, and then caught my team back up and won. Like, I mean, things like that, you know.
Yeah.
I should have been 4-0 to be honest. I was carrying pretty hard on this Battlefield of Eternity game as Li Ming. I was carrying so freaking hard, and my team just literally useless. Like, I'm not trying to frame, but they like couldn't stay alive for the life of them. I would do so much damage. I would kill almost everyone, and then they would just end up dying. And I was by myself. I died. Like, it's fine. I ended up still getting the promo. That's all I cared about. I was like, literally, like that night, I was like, I'm going to play until I get Plat 1. I'm not going to stop. So I ended up getting it in 4 games.
Nice. Right on, dude.
Nice. Very good.
All
Keep
right.
climbing, man. Best of luck.
Yeah, keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. All right. So, I guess real quick, the challenge that I give you guys and that we're going to give everybody is to go and try out at least one of these heroes that got buffed or nerfed or whatever. Give it a shot and let us know what you think. I'm curious to hear what Aurumis thinks about Chromie, what Soken thinks about Kel'Thuzad, and I'm sure they'll be curious to know how many times I died in one game as Tychus and Artanis.
And Sonya.
And Sonya, yeah. So,
Especially with W build. No way to protect yourself.
yeah, that's the scariest
And
part.
GOON's in there.
Yeah, he's in there. Ooh, what's that? Murder full HP? I got Giant Killer. Wait, I'm dead. Anyways.
Whoop. Unlucky.
Unlucky. Anyways, guys, well, that is our show for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Thank you, everybody, for listening, for downloading, watching the VODs. Greatly appreciate it. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know what we can be doing better, what you guys want to be talking about. If there's other topics that you guys want to discuss, by all means, let us know. We bring it up on the show and see what's up. But before we do leave, I do want to plug our Patreon. If you aren't already familiar with our Patreon, go to patreon.com/trollsgg. You can go see, go there and support us if you like. If you like the content that you see, that you hear, whether it's the Nexus Trolls podcast, Troll and HGC podcast with Bags, or any of the content that our writers put out as well, go there. Feel free to drop a buck or two in there and help us out. Also, want to thank our chieftains and our war chiefs. Thank you so much for all of your support. We greatly appreciate it. Also, reminder, tomorrow, the muster between 6 p.m. Pacific to 7 p.m. Pacific, around there. We'll kind of get online and start playing some games. Hopefully do some 5v5 customs all night or whatever, for as long as we want to do them. Play some WoW together. I don't know. I don't have WoW, but I know a lot of you guys out there do. We can do that as well. We can play. It doesn't even have to be a Blizzard game. We can go play some Fortnite or something, or some PUBG or something. Whatever you guys want to do. And it's my birthday again, so you better be there. I'll be 29. I'll be 29 tomorrow, dude.
Nice.
Oof.
Nice.
Dance
game, boys.
Are we gonna stream it for the people?
Yeah. We're more than welcome to stream it. Yeah. So yeah, that's there. So before we leave, thank you all again for listening to Nexus Trolls, the Heroes of the Storm podcast, which we stream live on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/trollsgg, every week, Thursday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Aurumis. If people want to get in touch with you, they want to get some coaching, they want to know what's up, they want to get good, where can they find you?
As usual, you can find me on Twitter at GG_Aurumis. You can find me on Twitch at Aurumis8. We had a very eventful stream today. Fire alarm went off, power went out, real nice. Went on a win streak though, it was a good day. Won a bunch of games, so we're looking good going forward. If you want to find me for coaching, I'm going to post a link in the chat. Use that link, save a few dollars off your first lesson. Yeah, let me know if you have questions before you want to book anything. Feel free to DM me. My DMs are always open. You can reach out to me on the Troll Discord. You'll be able to find me. I'm AurumisGG on Discord also. Keep in touch. I'll be streaming more educational stuff coming soon. I've also reached out to our war chiefs, and we finalized dates that we're going to be doing coaching sessions
yeah.
for both of them. Yeah, which is really exciting. We're going to be doing next Tuesday with, I believe, Super Dave. And we are going to do Saturday with Steel Condor. So, very excited.
I'm excited to see that, yeah.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, we'll be streaming that with them. We're gonna be doing some replays and things like that. It'll be a good time. We're gonna do replays, probably do a game, talk about positioning, answer questions, go a little bit into like the meta, things like that. Basically just like little Hero League mechanics that you can pick up on. So highly recommend you tune into that. I think I'm gonna stream it on the Trolls channel, so we'll see.
Oh.
I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you posted. We're working on it.
Right on. Cool. And Soken, where can people send their memes to?
At me, bro, with your finest memes at Soken GLHF, Soken GLHF on Twitter, and then on Twitch I've been streaming to I stream to Soken Gaming, Soken Gaming. My buddy and I lately we've been streaming this game called Full Metal Furies. And
that's such a cool game, dude. Like, I gotta get that.
Dude, it is so much fun. I mean, my friend, don't tell my friend Joel. I hope he's not watching. He kind of sucks, but
I'll carry.
It's still super fun. It's still super fun, and I love my brother Joel. So we've just been having a lot of fun with that lately. Other than that, I've just been playing HOTS in my own time. So anyway, I stream a variety of stuff, and feel free to come watch whenever I'm up.
All right,
Sounds
cool.
Good.
You guys can find me on Twitter at GOONHOTS. You'll see me there posting, tweeting stuff. Primarily, a lot of the stuff that I post is like competitive Heroes of the Storm related, whether it's talking about the amateur, talking players about the amateur scene or in the amateur scene, and even HGC stuff as well. I'm trying to be pretty active in that community there. That's my my bread and butter there. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/GoonHots, on YouTube, GoonHots. HGC and Chill podcast will be coming back, so be ready. Got some guests lined up and ready to go. That will take just if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know when that goes live and when that's gonna happen. So stay tuned for that. And also on Troll and HGC podcast, Tuesday evenings, 4:30 p.m. Pacific, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, where Bags and we talk about Heroes of the Storm esports stuff, HGC stuff specifically. We'll have some guests on. We got some guests lined up pretty soon. Ooh. So it's spicy. It's a good one. It's a good one. So stay tuned. Keep an eye out on the Twitter for that as well. And yeah, I think. Oh, and shout outs to my team, No Tomorrow. Thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to help you guys out and learn about Heroes of the Storm and work together. And I get to watch HGC games every day. That's the best part. That's the best part.
Ooh, go No Tomorrow this weekend. Woohoo!
Yeah. We play against Octalysis. This weekend.
Sorry, Zabu. You dead, Zabu.
Yeah, well, you know what? I was the Medivh, and he was the Rhaegar on the opposite team, and I kicked his ass. So
oh snap!
If that means anything, I mean, I for me, I think that's that's predicting the future. What's going to happen this weekend?
Exactly.
But anyways, just kidding, Kappa. I mean, not really, but
Kappa, not Kappa.
Kappa, not Kappa. Yeah. But all right, guys. Again, if you guys want to see what's going on, you can visit our website, trolls.gg/TheNexusTrolls, to watch this and past shows along with past video streams. And you can also find us on YouTube channel, youtube.com/TrollsGG. Subscribe to our show on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, or wherever you happen to find your podcasts online. And then for announcements about the show, general Heroes of the Storm news, if we're going to be late to a show or not, you can follow us on Twitter at TheNexusTrolls. Our DMs are open there. Feel free to send us any messages, tag us in memes there too, whatever you want. And then you can join our Discord channel, trolls.gg/Discord. Join the Discord. There's a lot of people in there chatting, talking. You find out when we go live, things like that. People posting stuff, articles. It's a good place to find all the information that you are looking for. And yeah, and if you need to get in touch with us, the best way to do so is by email at TheNexusTrolls@trolls.gg. But Soken, Aurumis, thanks for hanging out. I know it's a late evening for all of us here.
Yeah.
Aurumis is dying over there. He's got to go put his bed together so he can go to sleep.
Dude, I can't wait.
He's dying. For listeners, he is just like, those bags are so heavy right now.
Dude, I cannot wait to knock tonight and wake up bright and early for my nice 8-hour shift. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, it feels good. But all right, guys, until next time, take it easy, be safe.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow for the muster. But all right, guys.
Sounds good. See you tomorrow night, everybody.
Guys.
See ya.